Welcome to this interview course for students applying for internships and graduate jobs. I'm Elizabeth Conley, a professional interview coach. I'm confident that if you followed the course, each of the modules, and prepared and practiced for the interview, you're going to have come across really well. Strength-based interviews is based on the principles of positive psychology. We're going to be looking at how to write and prepare competency stories before the interview. We work here in a very fast-moving environment. How well do you think you cope under pressure?
I'd say I cope under pressure very well.
Now, despite preparation, I know that some of us find interviews more stressful than others.
Pulling their weight in the team, we still manage to all put in a bit of extra work and come together to help achieve the goal.
Okay. So a couple of things.
4 parts: head, shoulders, knees and toes, and just making sure they knew, the correct word for that in English.
Firstly, I've observed that it's often the most highly organised people that find interviews the most stressful. Really have the right level of Excel skills to be able to get a high mark in economics and cope initially. So actually I joined, maybe you didn't, I joined a module or a study group, or I went online and I did a course to go from beginner in Excel to advanced, and what I learned in the process of this was how to do pivot tables, how to do this, There's a combination of common interview questions, competency and strength-based questions. Ideally, when you get asked a question such as tell me about yourself, you need to speak for about 2 to 3 minutes. First of all, don't assume that the person interviewing you has read or even remembered your CV. The other problem is that our hands can block our face and become distracting when we move them around. Expect, and prepare for questions such as, why have you applied for this role? However, over 100 of my clients have used the app before an interview, and they've found that it really reduces interview nerves. Now, I think the key to this is feeling more relaxed, more in control, and able to present the best of yourself. You also used the word competencies, which sounded really strange. Do you use word competencies?
No. I just thought it's the kind of thing they'd be looking to have, but it's not very natural.
It's not very natural, because how many times have you met people and thought, I wonder what their competencies are?
Okay,
yeah? So it sounded a bit textbookish. All right? It sounded as if you were trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, not just telling a kind of story.
And not telling a story. A 45-minute interview normally includes around 9 questions, allowing for about 5 minutes per question. So try and highlight a key behaviour within the competency which you did well. For example, if you're asked a question about how you managed a difficult conversation, you might highlight how you took the time to listen. Question 4. How do our values help to distinguish us from our competition? If you're going for promotion, dress for the role you want to move into, not the role you have now. You really need to look the part. I think looking fresh and groomed is more important than turning up in a suit each time. If you can be yourself, you'll be absolutely great. I want to help you achieve the success you want. Let's get started.